But, thinking about that, it's those moments, because life be life and life does what it does and things happen. Most of the times it's not what you expected because it all worked perfect in your head, right? It's like in my mind, I know exactly how this is going to work. And then it does something different. And when it does something different, sometimes it catches you off guard. You don't know what to do. You don't have the answer. And I don't know about you, but as a parent, in those times, sometimes you got 2, 3, 4 pair of little bitty eyes looking at you like, where's the answer going to come from? Exactly. So that's why I'm glad that a part of what we're talking about here on the Positivity Playlist is parenting. Yeah. Because that's a part of it too. What we understand is when parents have drama or challenges in their lives, that can turn into a child's trauma. Yeah. And then when we as adults grow up as those children, that stuff comes with us. And so that's why I think things like what we're doing here, the Positivity Playlist, is so needed. Coming up, music moments, mindful parenting, and real talk relationships, all served up with a heavy dose of positivity. Hey everybody, it's me, Virtue. I'm an artist, a storyteller, and your guide to the brighter side of life.
And hey, I'm your girl, Lady Mahlika. I am an entertainer, I'm a vocalist, and I am a good vibes curator.
So you're watching the inaugural episode of the Positivity Playlist. It's a weekly video podcast where we spin the soundtracks to a better life.
And every Sunday, we'll hit play on the topics we care about, the music that inspires us, and the woes and wins of parenting, and social issues that we can actually fix, and the nitty-gritty of healthy relationships.
So I'm going to say, before we get started, why don't we do a quick fire round?
Okay.
Because I'm always coming up with something.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick fire round. If your best friends had to describe you, what would they say? Lady Mahlika, go.
I think they would say that I am strong, a marshmallow, I'm being honest, and just a really down friend for them. I'm always there, kind of a person you can count on.
I can speak to that.
Yeah, I think that's what they would say. But marshmallow, definitely. Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Well, let's see. Facts. Me, I'm going to say curious, because I'm always curious about stuff that happens. Rhythmic, because I love to dance. Love to dance.
You're always wiggling. That's true.
Yeah. And then the third one will be optimistic.
Okay.
Yeah, optimistic. And I mean, that makes me think about a story of when I was growing up. I remember, I don't know about other people, but my mom couldn't afford a bike. And it was like, you know how it is when you're a kid. I was like 9 or 10 years old. All of my friends, everybody but me, had a 10-speed bike. And I really wanted one. I wanted one badly. And so we had gone to this circus. It was the Barnum Bailey and Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus. That's what it was. And they don't do those anymore, but we were in the audience and they had this contest. And the way the contest worked is that they had 10 spotlights. And the 10 spotlights were going through the audience. And what they said is when they counted down from 10 to 1, whoever the spotlight was on, when they said 1, won the bike. Now, it was just your run-of-the-mill little white huffy bike but it had the little streamers on the side.
Oh, and yeah. Had to have the streamers.
I love the streamers. And so they started counting, like 10, 9, 8. And I closed my eyes and I just started praying like, Lord, please let me get this bike. Let me get this bike. Let me get this bike. And they said 1, and literally my eyes were closed.
Okay.
And the spotlight was on me. And the audience got completely quiet. And my friend was next to me. She punched me and she was like, fool, you just won the bike.
Like, open your eyes.
Open your eyes. Just won the bike.
Right.
And I opened my eyes and all I saw was a spotlight. And I guess the look on my face made everybody in the audience just burst in laughter. And then they all started clapping.
Okay.
And there was something about that moment, the energy that I felt from all of those people, strangers that didn't even know me, were so excited about something that I was excited about. And I cannot tell you how many times in my life times that were hard, times that were difficult, times when I didn't think I was going to make it or I didn't know what to do, that I literally draw back on that moment.
Okay.
That moment right there when I opened my eyes and that spotlight was on me, everybody was celebrating.
I can see that too. I can see
Yeah.
the light shining on you. I can see that.
Yeah, and that moment has gotten me through so many things in this life. What about you? Any things that come to mind for you?
I think there have been so many moments, but I'm gonna go with one. I just started going to a new school.
Okay.
I didn't know many people, and I was kind of quiet and shy.
Mm-hmm.
I got teased a lot, which made me not want to go to school, but you know, I still went on and I really didn't say anything about it. But I had this great gift, and that was singing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely a gift.
And surprise, surprise, that got me unliked by quite a few people too as well there. But we were having a talent contest, and I decided to enter it, you know. And I don't know why I wanted to do it so badly because like I said, I was teased and I was scared and I was nervous. I didn't have any music, and it was Mariah Carey's song, Visions of Love. And I remember I wore a white pantsuit and I didn't have music, so I was going to sing it a cappella, which is another thing. I did. And I remember walking out on that stage, and it was like everybody kind of got quiet, and I literally felt my heart like jump out of my chest, like almost like I could see it. And my heartbeat was so loud that I could hear it in my ears. And I started singing this song, and I got like jittery, and my voice was a little like shaky in the beginning in that soft part. But when that hard part came and I had to belt it out, something just came over me and I just did it. And I remember thinking like, man, I could do anything, and I don't care what anybody else thinks or what they're going to say, because, you know, I did this thing. I got second place, by the way, which, you know, I don't know about that, but
it was fixed.
But I remember that feeling of wanting to do something that was greater, even if I was scared. And no matter what, now so many opportunities come, and sometimes they seem so big and scary, but I still have that fight and that feeling that no matter what, you know, I'm doing this.
So you know what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like I want to hear a little bit of that.
You wouldn't say that. Pew, pew.
But if you don't feel like it, I respect it.
Okay.
But I know you could do
a little bit of Visions of Love. Let's see.
Let's get
Treated me kind.
Okay, wait.
Sweet destiny.
Come on.
I forgot the rest of the words. I got nervous.
Go to the vision of love part. The part
I had a vision of love.
Okay.
And it was all that you've given to me. I had a vision of love, and it was all that you've given me. I realized the dream. Oh yeah. And I visualized the love that came to be.
Come on now, come on.
This whole life, I'm so thankful that I received the answer that heaven has sent down to me. That's what you get. That's it.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, but I mean, those are those moments.
Yeah.
You know, and thank you for that, for indulging me, because you know I'm always doing something.
You got me. You got me with that one.
But you got me back, because you did that dang on thing. You did the thing on thing. I got to say, you did that. You did that. All right. Yes. This segment of the Positivity Playlist podcast is powered by Cray Consulting Group, a Cleveland-based boutique firm that has been championing entrepreneurs and community organizations for more than 3 decades. Founded and led by strategic business expert Samia Bray, Cray Consulting pairs big picture vision with roll up your sleeves execution. So your great idea doesn't just sound good, it actually grows. Whether you need a laser-focused startup roadmap, grant-ready business plans, or a scalable marketing strategy, Cray Consulting delivers customized guidance that meets you where you are and propels you where you want to go. Ready to level up? Schedule a free 30-minute discovery call today at 216-682-5349 and mention Positivity Playlist for an exclusive resource bundle designed to kickstart your next milestone. Cray Consulting Group, turning clarity into action and action into impact. Let's get back to the show. But, thinking about that, it's those moments, because life be life and life does what it does and things happen. Most of the times it's not what you expected because it all worked perfect in your head, right? It's like in my mind, I know exactly how this is going to work. And then it does something different. And when it does something different, sometimes it catches you off guard. You don't know what to do. You don't have the answer. And I don't know about you, but as a parent, in those times, sometimes you got 2, 3, 4 pair of little bitty eyes looking at you like, where's the answer going to come from? Exactly. So that's why I'm glad that a part of what we're talking about here on the Positivity Playlist is parenting. Yeah. Because that's a part of it too. What we understand is when parents have drama or challenges in their lives, that can turn into a child's trauma. Yeah. And then when we as adults grow up as those children, that stuff comes with us. And so that's why I think things like what we're doing here, the Positivity Playlist, is so needed.
I agree. It's time for some really feel good vibes going on in our community, especially.
Yeah. And feeling good isn't just being happy, because there's a lot of people you ask them, how you doing? And they're like, oh, I'm just fine. Yeah. And they dying on the inside. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about having a foundation and finding, regardless of what your lived experience has been, each day is a new day. And that's the only time that you have is the present. So you can remake yourself in every moment if you choose to.
Yes, if you choose to.
But sometimes we get caught up on, those things in our past, and they kind of become our story.
Yeah. I think happiness is a choice. I think you have to make a choice to be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely, because even in hard times, you can always find something positive to pull on. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just the thought that, hey, it's a hard time and I'm still here. I know there's been times in my life where things were really difficult. And the next morning I woke up and I said, but I'm still here.
Yeah.
Still here. And because I'm still here, we're getting ready to do something a little bit different. So each week, this is one of my favorite parts of the show. We do what we call the lyric lift up. And this is where we look at a song of the week, we unpack it, and we unpack a song that sparks joy. So this week's song is...
It is Golden by Jill Scott.
My favorite. One of my favorites.
Well, it's one of my favorites. I love to perform this song. It makes me feel so good inside, and it allows me to really experience my audience and talk about how I like to live my life, which is like it's golden. So let's talk about the words. I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wearing it around my neck. And around my neck, my necklace says golden, and it says always and in all ways. And it was given to me by the lovely Miss Virtue.
Yes, it was. Yes.
And it really means something to me. So when I sing that song, I always touch this necklace. And I'm always wearing it because it reminds me that in all ways and always, I am golden, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. What else does it say? In the second verse, she says, I'm taking my own freedom, putting it in my song, singing loud and strong, grooving all day long, right?
Yes, I like that. I like that. Putting it in my song and grooving all day long, because when you're thinking about your life like it's golden, regardless of what's going on around you, you see things differently. You experience things differently, and you see things that you wouldn't normally even recognize if you weren't looking at your life in that direction.
Yeah, and it says, I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my stroll. I'll be high-stepping, y'all, letting the joy unfold. And, it puts a little extra pep in your step when you're walking, when you sing that, and when you think about it. And then she's talking about living my life like it's golden over and over again. And I think that's very important to keep saying, because it gives you some kind of strength, and it talks about a light that comes within, right?
Yeah, and I think too sometimes, I've heard it said that the biggest war that we wage isn't the battle that we have against another person. Because everybody, I say, you can't be a superhero without a nemesis, right? You gotta have a nemesis. Somebody you don't like something about you. And so with those kinds of things come across our pathway, if we're just focused on that, we can lose ourselves in those distractions where, in fact, when we're thinking about living our life like it's golden, we're not talking about like lollipops and fairy tales and popcorn. We're not talking about that kind of thing. We're talking about actually seeing and dealing with what you must address, but at the same time, remembering your life is golden. And the biggest war that we rage is not against those people and those distractions. It's right here in between our two ears. It's the self-talk that we're allowing to distract us and to pull us in different directions. And that's one of the things I love about these lyrics. Let's talk about that last little part there.
Okay, I'm holding on to my freedom. You can't take it from me. I was born into it. It comes naturally. I'm strumming my own freedom, playing the God in me, representing his glory. Hope he's proud of me.
Yeah.
So that's a really strong part of this song, because it's my freedom and you can't take it. Right. And I was born into it. Nobody gave it to me.
Right. So it doesn't matter like whatever is going on in your life. This song is telling us and reminding us that all of us are golden. And in that was given to us as a gift. It's not something that we got to earn. It's not something we have to pay for. It's not something that we need to prove. And I can't tell you how many people I've observed trying to prove their worth to somebody else by material things. And it's like, if all that stuff was gone, if you're living your life like it's golden, you still all right.
Right. And you're enough, right?
I love that phrase.
You're enough.
I got to say that slow. You are enough.
Right.
You are enough. So I remember the first time somebody said that to me, actually thinking about it now.
Right.
I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. Because I was kind of going through something and I felt like if they only understood what I was experiencing, they wouldn't be saying that stupid stuff to me.
Right.
But then as I started to live life a little bit more and get a little bit more what I fictionally call seasoning on my life, I realized exactly what they were saying. They were reminding me that no matter what crossed my path, I was enough, because that's the gift that I've been giving when I was created.
Yeah. I think we have to remind ourselves constantly that we are enough. I know that was one of my struggles sometimes, not feeling that way. Mm-hmm. And so like now it's really important for me to remind myself that, I'm enough. I'm enough. I don't need all these extra things. I'm enough.
We like extra though.
Yes.
We do like extra.
We do like extra. We do like extra. But we don't need extra.
Yeah. But I mean, when you think about it, that's an easy place to end up, because there's so many things. I think there was a study done that said there are thousands and thousands of messages each day that are reminding us that we're not enough, right? You're not tall enough. You're not light enough. You're not dark enough. You're not this enough. You're not that enough. And we're not necessarily asking for those things, but those messages are coming to us because it's some product that someone wants us to purchase that's making us feel like, well, if I'm not enough, I need that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with those things in moderation and in appropriate ways.
Yeah, but those things aren't going to change whatever is in the inside. And that's the thing that people need to realize. Material things don't change how you feel. You can have the most and still feel empty. So, just a lesson I've learned.
Yeah. So, I mean, as we think about our lyric lift up, because that's the section that we're talking about, songs like Golden are put before us to remind us of these kinds of things. Like, I am enough as I am without those things. Now, those things are extra and I'm okay with having those things, but it's about remembering at the end of the day, if I didn't have any of that, would I still be okay?
Yes.
And I don't know.
And I don't know. That's how you live your life like you're golden, though. You got to remind yourself every day that, I am golden. I am enough. And if you keep saying that, you can undo those bad messages that you hear constantly or from other people.
Yeah, that makes me think about something else. I think about when we live through our childhood. So this is going back to the parenting part. None of us get out of childhood without a little something.
Yeah.
A little something that we decide that we need to work on as adults. And so as a parent, you know, you do your best, and you just never know that thing that's going to have your child as they grow up thinking about some work that they need to do. And I just think about how, you know, we use that phrase, a parent's drama can become their child's trauma.
Yeah.
So as we're making those choices, it's important to think about at some point in life, and this is my personal belief, at some point in life, we got to stop blaming our parents, people. It's our choice because we're grown enough that we can bring the resources to our lives, whether it be counseling. It's okay to, if you need to talk to a counselor to get through something or to get over something or to get past something. In keeping with our theme, in keeping your life like it's golden. It's okay. It's okay to have a good friend that you can talk to, that you can talk it through with, a trusted friend that's not getting ready to put your business all in the streets. Because sometimes the things that we are thinking, especially in isolation, may or may not be true. I guess they say it's the one person's truth is the other person's truth, and then there's what really happened.
Right.
It's the perception or the filter that we're going through. And so one of the things that I was mindful of sharing with my children, they're all adults now, I said to them, I said, at some point, you get to live your life, and it doesn't have to be through the lens of your upbringing.
Okay.
You understand what I mean by that? It doesn't, because sometimes we get caught in, because this is how I was raised, I have to do this, or I have to do that, or I need to live this certain kind of way. And there comes a point in adulthood where I believe, no, you don't.
You have to be happy, and you have to be happy with your choices, and you can't live for someone else, and you can't always blame. But I think we all go through that. I think I suffer from that from time to time. I guess seasoning, because I have a little more seasoning now. I've learned that whatever happened to you doesn't make you.
Yes.
You know, it doesn't define you. You get to choose your definition for yourself.
I think that's powerful.
Yeah. And you have to choose to seek happiness, however that looks, and to be healthy. And I think healthy isn't just your body, it's your feelings, your emotions, learning how to regulate and navigate those things. You know, I'm a lot calmer than I used to be. And, you know, I didn't used to cry a lot, but I find myself crying now. And it's not because of sadness all the time. A lot of times it is happy. I'm overwhelmed with the abundance of things that are happening to me and for me right now.
Yeah, I think the way they say it is, life is good, but it gets better.
Yeah, definitely.
It gets better.
Definitely.
And that's why we're living it like it's golden. And that's our lyric lift up for this week.
Yeah.
Hey, Positivity Playlist family. Are you or a brand you love looking for a fresh, uplifting platform to shine on? Our listeners are parents, creatives, community builders, and go-getters who tune in every week for motivation, music, and real-life tools. By becoming an official Positivity Playlist sponsor, your message lands on the ears and hearts of an engaged, value-driven audience that's ready to support the companies and causes they support. We offer tiered packages and can include on-air shout-outs, social media features, and custom integrations that weave your story seamlessly into our show. Ready to amplify your impact and grow alongside our movement of good vibes? Email sponsor@positivityplaylist.com to grab your media kit and book a discovery chat. Join us, empower our community, and let's spread positivity together.
So now we're diving into the parent corner, and the first topic is gentle discipline without losing your sanity.
Ooh, that's a topic. Gentle discipline without losing your sanity.
Yeah.
So, I'm a mother of 4. I'm just going to speak from experience. Actually, and this may shock some people out here, but this is true. I have never spanked any of my children.
What?
No, I have not. Because I guess early on, I didn't necessarily... Now, I'm not saying other people didn't spank them because I heard stories. But I never have spanked my children. But let me tell you why. I guess first of all, I didn't even think I was going to become a parent.
Okay.
Real talk. I didn't think I would become a parent. I thought I was satisfied. I tell my children I was fully baked before you all were born. I was a full adult.
Okay.
I did not think I was going to have children. Mm-hmm. And then when I had my first child, something clicked on inside of me. And I can say that I had the benefit of a mother who was working in the childcare industry. So she shared a lot of information with me around parenting that as best as I could, I tried to incorporate. And one of those things were I listened to the children on how to raise them. So now I'm not saying that my children were telling me what to do, because that's not what I'm talking about. But I am saying that, like, for example, my son, he was musically inclined. My mother put some pots and pans in front of him. Y'all know how they used to do it back down south. She put some pots and pans in front of him with a couple of wooden spoons while she was cooking, and he started making rhythms. And so that's where it began to know that he was a music child. So I just continued to put musical instruments in front of him. Mm-hmm. And as he would gravitate toward this or that, I would continue to do that. I wasn't focused on parenting me. Okay. Which is what a lot of parents can unmistakably. It's like, well, when I was growing up, I didn't have these kind of tennis shoes and I really wanted these really badly. So I'm going to make sure my children have these tennis shoes. Yeah. Well, your child might not even like tennis shoes. They might only want to wear flip-flops.
They want the shoes that light up.
They want the shoes that light up.
They want the shoes
but because I'm trying to parent me and not parent them. Yeah. Now I'm buying them tennis shoes when they want the shoes that light up. Yeah. And so now here we go. My drama of wanting shoes that I didn't get when I was little just became their trauma, because now they're getting all these tennis shoes that they refuse to wear. Now I got an attitude because I done spent all this money and I'm going into a lecture about, I bought you all of this and I bought you all of that, and you don't even appreciate it. That's not me parenting my child. That's me parenting me. Yeah. So what you think about that?
I think a lot of parents do that. What they feel that they missed out on, they feel the need to do those things for that child that they may not even care about. Right. Or you're sending a message, you just get things without having to earn something. Sometimes I feel like it's creating, a child that feels more entitled to things without actually doing anything for it. Like as far as behavior or whatever, it doesn't matter the behavior of the child. The parent just still does it. And I think that's where my issue with that is, because I feel like they don't learn the value of things that way. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't think that any parenting is perfect, because it's not. I can say, though, that something that worked very successfully for me is communicating with them. Mm-hmm. I remember, again, my youngest son, he was in preschool, and the teacher, one day I went to pick him up because we had conversations with them. We didn't do baby talk with them. We did conversation. Yeah. And when I went to pick him up, his teacher said, can he talk? And I said, what do you mean, can he talk? And she said, well, he doesn't talk. He's been here for 2.5, almost 3 weeks, and he hasn't said anything. And so I looked down at him. I held his hand because he was a touchy-feely child. Mm-hmm. He communicated through touch. Okay. And so I held his hand, and I said, why aren't you talking to your teacher? And he looked me dead in the face and said, because I don't have anything to say. All she does is tell us, do this, do that, and do the other, and we don't have anything to say. And so what that showed me was he, even at 3-4 years old, he was a very critical thinker, and he understood quite a bit. And he had determined that this particular teacher, since all she did was give them instructions, she never really asked for their input.
He said he couldn't be bothered.
There was no reason for him to say anything.
He couldn't be bothered with her.
Now, I could have spanked him for that. I could have. Yeah. But instead, his teacher got a revelation, and she said, oh, I didn't realize that I was just do this, do that, do the other with the children, and not really engaging with them. And so fortunately she did change that within her classroom. I think it made her classroom better.
But that was a learning moment. And, kids say the darndest things, which is really true.
Yes, they do.
No filter. Because he wasn't thinking about her feelings or if he was going to get in trouble if he said that. He said it because that's what he meant.
Yeah.
And so I think we can take a lesson from, children in that sense, because I think we censor too much what we really mean to say.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And then that puts us off guard. So now we fast forward to being adults. And if we have learned as children, okay, don't really say what you mean, because that's rude.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And there is a way to get your point across without being rude. And so in his case, that was very straightforward. I'm thinking about my other daughter. I remember she used to ask the darndest questions. Like she would always stump me. She would ask questions like, what are butterfly wings made out of?
Why is the glass crunchy?
I don't know. Why can't, and I'd be like, wait, hold on a minute. I need a second. But what I learned through that, which can hopefully be a benefit to some of our listeners, is that when children ask those questions, they're interested in the things that we're interested in. And as a naturalist, as a person that likes the environment, she was enjoying nature and there was a natural curiosity. And what I told her was the truth. Baby, I don't know the answer to that question, but let me look it up.
Right.
Or let us look it up together. Or maybe what we could do is let's do a project together and figure out together what butterfly wings are made of. And so that's what I mean when I say your children kind of guide you through how to parent them.
Yeah. And I agree with that. I think that's very important, and be honest. I think a lot of parents don't want to be honest because they think that their children can't handle the truth. And I think you should just be honest with things. And when you can't do something, be honest about why. I think a lot of people don't really understand that it's okay. And little people are little people. They have feelings and concerns and fears just the same way we do as adults, but I think we forget that. We talk at children instead of talking with them.
Right. And there was a time when really, I remember growing up and they said children are supposed to be seen and not heard. Yes. And it's like, okay, that's an approach, but you get a response from that approach. I think when they're engaged, when you're engaged with them, see, that's the other thing. If I'm too distracted as a parent with wanting to do this, that, or the other, and I'm not really engaged. Once I become somebody's parent, my life is not my own anymore. That's my perspective. I will own that. It's my perspective. It's not mine anymore, only mine.
Yeah.
Because there have been times when
I think a lot of people forget that.
Yeah, it's like you're a distraction to my giddy up, to whatever I'm trying to do. And that's an approach. But that will result in an outcome.
Yes.
When our children are seen as a distraction. The other thing that I think about is whatever we're excited about, even that thing that we're trying to sneak around with, that we don't want the children to see, or, oh my gosh, one of my pet peeves, here it is. I'm doing this, but I better not see you doing it.
That's true. But if
you're
showing that, that's
I'm doing whatever I'm doing, but you better not be doing it.
Wait a minute. Wait. Don't concern yourself with this. This is my glass.
This is my glass. But we both grown. But when we're talking with children, I think my youngest daughter was talking to some of her friends the other day, and one of the friends said her parent told her, I'm grown and I can do this, but you better not ever let me catch you doing this.
Okay.
Now,
interesting.
That's an approach. That's an approach. And I'm not saying that a child should do everything an adult should do, but I am saying that which we demonstrate in front of our children, they have their own personalities, but they're going to emulate. So I'll give you a story. There was a parent who, when she got stressed out, she reached for a vape pen.
Okay.
That's her approach to dealing with stress. And she grabbed that vape pen in front of her child. Oh. Well, guess what the child took to school?
The vape pen.
The vape pen. Okay. So now the child has taken the vape pen to school, and now the child is in trouble for taking the vape pen to school. The mom's reaction was, he shouldn't be rambling in my stuff.
Okay.
What we tried to help her understand was, He pulled the vape pen because the demonstration that he sees from you is when you get stressed out, you pull out the vape pen.
Right.
And so school is stressful.
So
you lightweight stressing him out a little bit with the choices that you making.
Right.
He feel like he need the vape pen like you need the vape pen.
That class is really hard. So, I just need a little bit.
And she said no.
Right.
So I said that's a choice too, because as parents, if we're not willing to look at what our child is telling us when it's just a little bit of a hint,
Yeah.
they will continue to tell us louder and louder and louder. And now when he has progressed to past the vape pen to something else, to perhaps even selling something else.
Yeah.
Now she won't come back to class and ask us to fix him. And I said, it's a day-to-day. How do you live in front of him?
Yeah.
What is he being exposed to? Where is he getting his examples of what to do with the stresses of life? Because the stresses of life do come.
And they don't stop coming.
And they don't stop coming.
It's not going to change.
I'm convinced that being an adult is a series of being able to solve problems in healthy ways.
Yes.
I am. I do. Because I remember. It really is. Yeah. It's like, because they just keep coming.
It's
like,
always
pew, 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 pew. And it's like, okay, I need to come up with a solution to that. Oh.
Pew, pew.
Life be life in. And when you're an adult, problems come, but it's about, how do you solve them in healthy ways?
Right. And watch what you do in front of your little people, because your examples speak louder than your words.
Oh, yeah. I think the saying is, I can't hear what you say because what you do is ringing way too loud in my ears. And that's the stuff, especially the stuff when you sneak in around the corner and you think you hiding it from them. That's really the stuff that they're going to emulate.
They are always listening and watching. Always.
And that's children.
This portion of the show is proudly sponsored by Lady Mahlika, singer and songwriter whose soulful voice turns every stage into a sanctuary. From jazz-kissed R&B ballads to feel-good funk anthems, Lady Mahlika's music is the soundtrack for people who crave authenticity and joy. Catch Lady Mahlika live, where she and her band serve high-energy sets that leave audiences floating. Can't make it in person? Stream Lady Mahlika's latest album, Undercover, as well as original music, I Miss You and My Energy, on all major platforms. Follow Lady Mahlika on all social platforms for behind-the-scenes rehearsals, wellness check-ins, and exclusive merch drops. Ready to elevate your event? Book Lady Mahlika for weddings, corporate galas, or community festivals at www.ladymahlika.com and mention Positivity Playlist for a discount off your booking fee. Lady Mahlika, where melody meets mindfulness. Now, back to the show.
All right, so now is one of my favorite parts of the show, which is the community shout out. And this week we're shouting out the summer celebration series that's being hosted in part by Positivity Playlist, because we believe it's important that we get out in nature, we get out together, and we have a good time.
Yes. All right, let's get into the hard stuff.
The hard stuff.
Yes.
Boom, boom, boom.
Conflict without casualties.
Without casualties.
Yes.
Well, yes. I know about some conflict. I want to borrow some money.
What?
Yes.
From me?
Yes. Because you living your life like it's golden. I'm trying to get a little bit of that gold. Okay. So how about this? I got an idea. How about we do a couple of scenarios? Let's do one where, I'm not going to pay that money back.
Okay. All right.
And let's look at what it would look like, a little bit healthier decision than that. Because we've been talking about decisions.
Yes.
So, you ready to get started?
I am.
All right.
I am.
All right, let me get in position.
All right, yes. All right, let me
get my energy right. Let me get my energy right. I'm ready. Okay.
Let me look like I have some money to borrow. Okay. I don't know exactly how that looks, but let's go.
You look like you got some money for me to borrow. All right. So, Lady Mahlika, how you doing, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
I love those glasses.
Uh-oh. Do you? Oh, thank you. My Elton John glasses.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So I was wondering if I could, I got this thing that I'm working on, and
Okay.
it's, and I'm just a little bit short. So could I borrow some money?
Okay. Sure. How much do you need?
I just need $5.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Let me go into my purse.
I don't want it out your purse.
All right, here my pretend Perkins.
All right, give me the procedure. Thank you. Okay. So now we're gonna fast forward our scenario, and me and Mahlika somewhere together, and I've been owing her this $5 for at least a month.
Okay, let's say a month.
At least a month.
A month.
We kicking it.
Okay,
We having a good time.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Okay.
yeah, girl, it was so good hanging out with you, and
Yes.
I think I'm gonna get another drink.
Okay.
Okay. Bartender, I want to order a XYZ 123.
Oh, okay.
And I'm paying cash for this.
Oh. All right. Okay. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
It's an awkward situation.
It's an awkward situation because here we are. I'm out here big balling, shot calling with all this money. I'm just throwing it out here, knowing that I owe her money, but for some reason I forgot that I owe her money.
Okay.
And how many times have all of us been in that kind of situation where somebody, and we know who that somebody is because they do it all the time.
Yes.
And why don't you ask me about the money and let's see how I feel about it.
Okay. Hey, do you remember borrowing some money from me?
See, there you go. Always. It's always got to be about the money for you. I mean, just because, you Lady Mahlika and all.
Okay.
Why it's always got to be about the money for you?
Because it's my money. I don't know.
Is it though? I mean, really? Like,
It's $5.
I thought we were sisters.
We are. I love you.
Okay.
So
why you asking me? Why you sweating me about this money? Dang. Right here. You know what? Here. Just take it. Just take it.
Yeah, and you like smush that.
And smushing at her.
Okay.
So again, unfortunately, far too many people have been in that situation where if somebody borrows something from you, they know they owe you. You're in an awkward situation. You want to they owe you. You don't really want to say nothing. You're kind of hoping they're going to own it, but they don't.
Because even for me right now, this was a pretend scenario, but it did feel awkward because it's like, what do you say? And then especially, that was a small amount. I guess it could be a bigger amount, but that was a small amount. But I guess it brings up feelings when I'm seeing you,
Yeah, I'm out here just
throwing
doing
out
it,
money.
right?
And it's like, Dag, or Dag asked me, do I want a drink? I don't know,
Right.
something, but it was awkward. It was awkward.
Yeah. So how about we try it again with another healthier option? How about that? And I think the healthier option is based in I'm just as excited to pay you the money back as I was to borrow the money.
Okay.
How about that?
Let's go.
That one.
Let's go.
All right.
I like this one better.
All right.
I'm a little more comfortable with this
All
situation.
right. So, Lady Mahlika, I need to pay this tip right quick. Can I borrow $5 from you?
Sure, no problem.
All right.
Let me get it out of my purse.
No, I don't want it out of your purse.
Okay. Here you go. There you go.
Thank you. All right. There's the tip to the person. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Now, she's not going to wait a month to get that $5 back in a healthy situation, a healthy relationship. As a matter of fact, she ain't even got to look for me to get that $5 back. So it's the next day. I'm knocking on her door. Hey, girl, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good, good. Hey, I really appreciate the glasses are gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I'm loving it. And your shirt says love. Yes, because you are. Yes. Hey, you know what? Thanks. Hey, yesterday, I really appreciate you, helping me out with that situation
No
because,
problem.
Happy
to do it. Happy to do it.
And so I just wanted to stop by and, and give you that $5 back. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
It's the traveling $5. It's our traveling $5.
All right, let me put it in my purse.
I borrowed from you. You borrowed from me. We get it back and forth. Yeah, I appreciate you though. Good looking out. I thank you for that.
No problem.
Yeah.
You're very welcome.
All right.
See? Easy peasy.
Yeah.
I like that one.
So that second one, for somebody watching this, probably gonna be like, that ain't real. Yeah, it is real. Yeah. It's real in healthy relationships. In healthy relationships, when people borrow from you, they give it back to you, and they just as excited to give it back to you. When they said, how they said, and why they said they were going to use it. So
I agree.
Yeah.
And that was much more comfortable.
And it was more comfortable for both parties. Because now I'm not trying to avoid you.
Right.
Right? Yeah. Over $5.
Yes.
Right? And it really isn't about the money, because money, when you think about it, is simply a tool. It's a tool to get to something that we want. But, you know, unfortunately, I think all of us know somebody, and we know who those somebodies are. So that's the opportunity to remember that the word no is a full sentence. It's okay to not loan money to somebody that you know is not going to pay you back.
Yes. No. Full sentence.
Wait.
No. Period.
Wait, I gotta practice that again. So, can I borrow that $5?
No. Period.
Oh, you don't even love me though. You said
I love you, but no. Period.
Let's
make it a sentence.
There's some people. Okay. It's some people in our lives that we know when they ask for their money, you got to say, you know what, baby, I love you, but no. So, all right. So that's been our little talk today about healthy relationships. You know, we're not trying to get into a fist fight with nobody, but you know, sometimes our relationship can last longer if you remember that the word no is a full sentence.
Yes.
And that sometimes it's okay to use it.
Healthy boundaries.
Healthy boundaries.
Yes.
That's what it ends up with. You gotta have those healthy boundaries, because if you don't, folk be talking about folk, but be mad. Don't want to give people food at the little family gathering. Over $5. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. At the end of the day, you know, it's about the choices that we make. So yeah. Anything else on your mind before I think our time is coming to an end?
I just want to say I'm very excited about this new venture and about sharing things with our community, sharing positive things with our community, and just, you know, feel good vibes. It's good to get it out there.
So that's our playlist for today. We've covered a lot of good topics. We look forward to seeing you next week. But until then, keep it positive.
Keep it moving.
And let's keep it golden.
Loving the positivity playlist vibes? Help us keep the inspiration rolling. Check the description box below for simple ways to donate. Every gift, big or small, powers more good energy episodes. Thanks for being part of the Uplift.